Hey guys, welcome to Kinjoking Toys. My name's Kinjo. I've been a toy collector and a trader for about just over 20 years now, and I'm here to share with you some things that I think need talking about, as well as some things about my collection that I'm bringing to you also via eBay. So today, what I wanted to talk about was why Nintendo games keep going up in value. And there's a couple of reasons for this, especially in the modern day, but one very specific reason. Now, I don't know whether you know this or not, but Microsoft and PlayStation have gone on this mad crusade where they're trying to enforce DRM, digital rights management, into all of their products and services. So whether it's their games, their systems, their operating systems, anything they license out is basically getting DRM to hell. And they're quite often now taking the stand that they are shifting away from physical media. This creates a problem in itself, mainly because you are not going to have access to the games that you want to have access to going forward. And that's a massive issue within the industry. So a lot of people are now moving away from digital only games and going back to physical media, which for me is a great thing. I love old, it's not just physical games, but I like modern physical media based games as well. And if you don't believe me this is true, just take a look at what happened literally the other day when the game Beyond Good and Evil got removed straight off the Microsoft store with no reason whatsoever. Just look at what's happening with Helldivers, with the PC gamers market, the Steam gamer market being forced to create PlayStation accounts just to play a game on PC. So the DRM is a massive problem right now in the industry. So what are people doing about it? Well, one thing again, they're reverting back to physical media. They're not buying as much digital games, at least on the modern consoles. But if someone like me will also go back and purchase vintage games, primarily Nintendo based games. Now, Nintendo based games really do hold their value really well. They create a lot of own brand products throughout the generations, and they really do hold their value amazingly well. So this is primarily a great way to start collecting and trading, and even just building your own collection of games, starting with Nintendo stuff. So I wanted to talk about this game right here, The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker Limited Edition, sealed with the original red stripe right there. Now currently these games are going for about £500 a piece on eBay. Part of the reason for that is because they are Nintendo own brand games, which tend to go for a lot of money because they do have the red stripe. Now generally speaking, they come in two different colors. I think there might be a green one, but there's a red stripe and a black stripe, possibly a green stripe somewhere as well. Part of the reason why Nintendo own brand games sell so well is not just because they're timeless and they don't age badly, hardly ever, but because of the issue that I already spoke about with the DRM. So not just Nintendo games, but generally speaking, older games do hold their value, but Nintendo games especially, they tend to go up in value. It's kind of random which ones do, but Nintendo own brand games like the Legend of Zelda series, Mario's, I think got Metroid as well, they tend to go up quite a lot. So if you can get your hands on one for a cheap, then definitely do it, because you're going to end up making some good money down the road in the future. So these currently go for about 500 a piece online. I'm selling mine for about 400, but I'm open to take offers on that. Happy to open a dialogue about that on my eBay, which is Kinjoking. So I'm Kinjoking Games online. My eBay is Kinjoking. Now, the reason I'm selling mine for less is because it's got a little bit of damage to it. So with the seal, you can see along the bottom here, it got torn, it got split. I don't know how, but it's been like that for ages. So what I had to do is I had to do my own repair to it. And that obviously, as far as seal goes, it devalues the cost of it. So I wouldn't be able to get a premium top end of the market price for it, basically. So that's why I've listed mine for about £100 less, just because I don't really feel like it would be worth anywhere near the top of the range sealed ones for 500. You know, I've repaired the seal. I know you can still see it, but it's currently sealed up, so it's not that bad, but therefore it has to be done. I've been trying to get a copy of Star Fox Aero Assault for ages, and they're still operating at around the £70–75 mark. This is a game that came out for $39.99, same as Metal Gear, $39.99, and they're going up. Like now they're at, you know, £70–75, which is insane if you had one, which I did back in the day. But if you had one and you bought one pre-owned for like a tenner, you know, you're now sitting on 6–7 times the value, because Nintendo always do physical owned products, so they're not beholden to online services. So everything is contained on the discs, everything is contained, even on the Switch, everything is contained in the discs. You have it there in your hand. So when things are going wrong with operating systems, or companies like Microsoft and PlayStation, Sony, they're changing their policies, your games on Nintendo don't change. They don't fundamentally change how they work. So the value with them is always there, and that's the amazing thing. So keep collecting those games. Like it will pay off in the long run. I remember I got a Castlevania Legacy of Darkness game, and this was like maybe 10 years ago. I think I got it off of Amazon, and it cost me like £12, and I recently sold it on my eBay store. It's not really a store, I'm just selling off my collection, but I got £230 for it, which is a big return from something that cost me like 12 quid. So, you know, if you manage to get bunches of GameCube games, you know, there's a good chance that they're either going to continue holding their value from the original RRP, or they're going to increase in value going forward because of either rarity, or people such as myself get fed up with corporations instituting or forcing DRM onto people, which is then making them want to go and collect retro games. Not just that, but you know, I'm also dealing toys. That's going to be for another video later on, but right now this is about the games. This is about circumventing the stranglehold that corporations have on gamers and live services, and the amount of microtransactions and stuff they're putting on people. If you start going back to old consoles, and the reason why I chose the GameCube was because primarily I can't get on with an N64 controller anymore. It's too difficult. I don't have the dexterity for it. But the GameCube controller, it actually is still fundamentally a modern day controller with the thumbsticks, shoulder buttons, triggers, etc. So it's much more comfortable. it's the equivalent of still like a modern Xbox controller, which is fantastic. So the games themselves don't diminish, the quality doesn't diminish, fidelity wise they're still amazing. Cost wise, again, you invest now, they still hold their value. So even if you wanted to hold on to it for a couple of years, sell it again, you're not really going to lose anything out of it. So it's almost like zero risk as far as that's concerned. But yeah, don't be beholden to corporations. Just enjoy your games. And listen, my name's Kinjo. Feel free to drop me a message on eBay or on YouTube here, and we'll talk about prices, we'll talk about games, we'll talk about toys. I'm all about the retro, so feel free to give me a shout. Hit the like and subscribe button. That would really help me out as I'm trying to grow this community, and try and keep everybody informed of what's going on. And listen, if you've got a deal, if you've got something you want to show or you want something to sell to me, send me some photos, I'll take a look at it. Maybe I'll make you an offer, or if you want something of mine, make me an offer and we'll see what we can do. All right, so appreciate your time and see you in the next one. Bye for now.